Episode 8, The Resilience Factor, Building a Mind That Thrives Under Pressure. Welcome back to The Inner Architect. We are moving into a critical phase of our development. This podcast is brought to you by www.selfdevelopmentpsychology.com, where we explore the deep psychological mechanics of human excellence. In our last episode, we talked about dopamine detox, reclaiming your focus. But once you have that focus and you start moving toward your big goals, you will inevitably hit a wall. You will face failure, criticism, and personal loss. In those moments, focus isn't enough. You need something deeper. You need resilience. For a long time, we thought of resilience as bouncing back, like a rubber band returning to its original shape after being stretched. But in modern psychology, we've realized that human beings are capable of something much more powerful. We don't just want to return to who we were before the crisis, we want to become better because of it. Today, we are exploring the science of anti-fragility and how to build a mind that thrives in the face of chaos. Part 1. The psychology of stress. Friend or foe? The first step in building resilience is changing your relationship with stress. Most of us view stress as a villain. We think it's something to be avoided at all costs. But at www.selfdevelopmentpsychology.com, we teach that stress is actually the information of growth. Think about your muscles. To make a muscle stronger, you have to stress it. You have to lift a weight that is heavy enough to cause microscopic tears in the muscle fibers. It is the repair of those tears that makes the muscle larger and stronger. The mind works exactly the same way. Psychologists call this hormesis, the idea that a small amount of stress followed by adequate recovery makes an organism stronger. If you live a life with zero stress, you become fragile. The smallest setback feels like a disaster. But if you learn to view stress as a weight you are lifting to build your mental muscle, your entire perspective shifts. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what is this strengthening in me? Part 2. The 3 C's of Hardiness. To reach a deeper understanding over these 45 minutes, let's look at the work of Dr. Suzanne Kobasa. She studied people who stayed healthy and successful under extreme pressure and found they shared 3 specific traits, known as the 3 C's of Hardiness. Challenge. Resilient people see difficulties as a challenge to be overcome, rather than a threat to their survival. They view change as a natural part of life and an opportunity for growth. Commitment. They have a sense of purpose. They are committed to their work, their families, and their values. This big why acts as an anchor when the storm hits. Control. This is perhaps the most important. Resilient people focus on their internal locus of control. They don't waste energy on things they cannot change, like the economy or other people's opinions. They focus 100% of their energy on their own actions and reactions. At www.selfdevelopmentpsychology.com, we help people shift their locus of control. When you realize that you are the architect of your response, even if you aren't the architect of the circumstance, you become untouchable. Part 3. Anti-fragility, beyond resilience. I want to introduce you to a concept by Nassim Taleb called anti-fragility. The fragile breaks under pressure, like a glass vase. The resilient resists pressure, like a steel bar. The anti-fragile gets stronger under pressure, like the Hydra from Greek mythology. Cut off one head and 2 grow back. To be an anti-fragile architect, you must welcome volatility. Every failure is data. Every rejection is refinement. At www.selfdevelopmentpsychology.com, we use the After Action Review, AAR. When something goes wrong, instead of mourning, we ask, what was supposed to happen? What actually happened? Why did it happen? What will I do differently next time? By doing this, you are harvesting the failure and turning it into wisdom. You are ensuring that the pain you felt wasn't wasted. Part 4. The recovery gap. Earlier, I mentioned that muscles grow during recovery, not during the lifting itself. This is where most high achievers fail at resilience. They grind 24/7. They think that constant pressure makes them strong. But constant pressure without recovery leads to burnout, not resilience. Burnout is what happens when your foundation collapses because you never let the concrete dry. Reflection pause. Think about your current life. Are you giving yourself recovery windows? True resilience requires moments of total disconnection. It requires deep sleep, play, and silence. Resilience is not about how long you can stay in the fire, it's about how quickly you can cool down once you step out. Part 5. Building your resilience toolkit. How do we practically build this? At www.selfdevelopmentpsychology.com, we suggest 3 daily habits. Cognitive reframing. When a setback occurs, catch the first thought. If the thought is, I'm a failure, reframe it to, I am currently learning a difficult lesson. Micro exposures. Do something small that scares you or makes you uncomfortable every day. Take a cold shower, have a difficult conversation, or try a new skill. You are training your nervous system to stay calm under micro stress. The gratitude audit. This isn't just positive thinking. Research shows that gratitude physically rewires the brain to look for resources rather than threats. It expands your social awareness, as we discussed in episode 5, so you can see the help that is available to you. Closing thoughts. Resilience is not a gift you're born with. It is a set of skills you build through the choices you make every single day. You are the architect, and every challenge is just a new material you can use to reinforce your structure. The next time life hits you hard, take a breath and remember, this is the moment your identity is being forged. This is the moment your neural pathways are thickening. This is the moment you become anti-fragile. For a full resilience checklist and our guide to reframing failure, visit www.selfdevelopmentpsychology.com. We have tools there specifically designed to help you navigate the valley of despair we discussed in the Dunning-Kruger effect. Thank you for being here for episode 8. In our next session, episode 9, we are going to explore a topic that feels like the opposite of resilience, but is actually its secret source: vulnerability as strength. We'll talk about why being open is the bravest thing you can ever do. This has been a production for www.selfdevelopmentpsychology.com. Until next time, stay strong, stay flexible, and keep building.